My goodness. Yo, 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 yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What a morning. Oh, my goodness. Hectic. What's going on? It's Friday, July 29th, 2022.
2D2.
One, two, one, two, one, two. Is this thing on? Check one, two, one, two, one, two. You hit that light switch over there. You wanna grab that? Just turn both of those on. Yo, what's happening, man? We're trying to. Oh, good morning, Chelsea. Good morning to you. Good morning, all kinds of Facebook users in here. No names, of course. This is how they're gonna do me. I see how it is. Facebook. Leah Keister, what's happening? Loud and clear. Good. Thank you very much. You know, I was about to ask, because we are out of our depths this morning on this. But hey, guess what? We're here, and that's all that matters.
Hey.
All right. I like that. Give me some feedback. Give me that loud and clear. I love it. I love it.
Talk to me nice.
Like he says, it's official. Happy Friday. Oh, my goodness, y'all. What a morning. First of all, it's like 5 in the morning over here. So there it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul Beee, Buddi3 Da Gawd, all of you. Hey, what's going on? Portia Cabot gives us a good morning, gentlemen. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much.
Pastor P in the building.
Oh man. Let me see here. Let's try. Because of course now I'm not getting anybody's names except for a few. Von Chapman says good morning. I got that one.
Hey.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My goodness, y'all. Welcome to the radio crowd over here too. I see there's some people listening on the digital radio channel, so thank you very much for that. Once again, good morning. This is Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
And we are here live from California right now, and in the hotel room making all kinds of noise real early in the morning.
What's up?
So yeah, man. Let me see if I can catch some names over here because we got some heads in the house. What's going on?
Okay. So this is Pops on Facebook or YouTube?
You gonna have to eat that mic. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay, yeah. Pops on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Oh, Pops is on YouTube. Okay, Pops, what's happening on YouTube over there? That's what's up. Appreciate you very much. See if we catch a few more names. I see some sunshine over there. Let's go ahead. Let me check our friends of First Sky Omaha. See what's going on over there. Yeah. Happy Friday. I like that. You feeling good about the Friday? I'm feeling good about it too. Been a hectic little trip, but we're up and yeah. Pop says, "Hey guys, welcome to my time zone." That's what's up.
Yeah, man. A whole nother level of respect for you, Pops, because this was
Wow.
Yeah.
This is rough.
Yeah. I'll be honest though. First of all, let me ask Paul, did you get any sleep last night?
Not a wink. Not a winky wink. So oh, here's Wanda. Okay, so we got the names now. Wanda Lewis, we are here. We in here. That's what's up.
Hey.
Blackity Black says good morning. What's going on? Okay, now I'm seeing some names. So friends of is up. Hey, and YouTube. He said this is on YouTube because I couldn't get on FB. Welcome to my time zone. Okay, got you. Now we're starting to see some heads and some names. Whitney Richardson says good morning. Good morning to you too. Thank you very much. Appreciate you tuning in. Whoo, yeah. Up all night trying to get this mess going. Much respect for Weberized and Star Trek Rich and the crew. Got to tell you, they make it easy.
We had it good.
They make you. They let you slide in, and and everything's already up and working and running. And so, we pretty much spent kind of all night trying to hook this up so we can get on. So that's what's up. Wanda Lewis says, I was on Friends. The first Sky just switched over. Good morning to you. Thank you very much. And top it all off, the program's got a different format here, so I'm going to do my best to catch everybody who is in the chat. I'm hoping I'm not going to miss people with this new layout here. So, oh boy, I got to tell you something else. But thanks for joining us once again. We did say that we are going to be here on Friday, so I wanted to make it a point that we were going to make sure that we came and came through and all that good stuff. So thanks for the feedback already, loud and clear. Looking at the camera, the camera's a little dim. Not much, not enough light in here, but let me see here. We got a couple other angles. There we go.
Those that looks good.
A little better. Okay. That's what's up. I still can't see what's going on with this screen, though. I got to tell you. So, so if something's off, let me know, and we'll figure it out. Come back to it. But anyway, here we are, and it is Friday, July 29, 2022. We are on. Thank you very much for joining us. We definitely have things to talk about this morning. And but first and foremost, like you said, let's just recap here. We're out of town.
West Coast.
We're in the West Side. Amy Hupflis gives us a good morning. What's happening? Todd Pinson says, morning love, Omaha. Love that. Rose Review says, appreciate all of you. Appreciate you too, Mayor Sanchez. That's what's up. So yeah, we're out here on the West Coast for the Blue Note Jazz Festival at Napa Valley. We're actually in a place called Concord, California. Have you heard of Concord, California before?
Maybe does the Concord grape ring a bell?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's that's what's up. Yeah.
You remember the dancing California raisins?
Oh man, you kidding?
Yeah.
You know how legendary the California raisins are?
Come on, man.
Let me just tell you.
Break it down.
Okay, so first of all, the legendary Buddy Miles out of Omaha.
Okay.
Was the performer on that. It was responsible for that whole thing.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Not to mention, some old white dude that thought it was a good idea, started a record company, put that together, and they made so much money on the California Raisins song and record.
The jingle.
They basically started Ruthless Records. So that's how legendary the California Raisins are. So NWA, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube.
So there would be no NWA if it wasn't for the California Raisins.
I mean, their first record got pressed by the cat who made all his money from the California Raisins jingle.
So in the movie, the guy who Paul Giamatti played, that's the guy.
Yeah, I think that's the dude. That's what's up. Rose Review says, I drove through there before. Yeah, okay, so you know what Concord's all about then. That's what's up. Yeah, it's weird. And let's see, Facebook user says visuals and sound are great now. Oh, that's what's up. Thank you very much. Man. Appreciate that.
Lights, camera, action.
That's what's going on, man. So yeah, anyway, we're just we're here and we're trying to figure out what's going on, and we definitely have some things that we're gonna do. The actual festival starts today. They added the day, which is Friday, so that's a dinner party. Shaka Khan's supposed to be there. What else is going on there for
man, what is it going on?
you transplant your mic on this side. Can you see there you go. That's your angle right there. Yep. And you're moving stuff around all early. See how you do?
Yeah. I'm trying to get comfortable.
Man, well, we trying to be seen right now with all this mess up. You got to see. I need to take a picture of what this hotel room looks like with all this stuff that we hooked up on it. It's a trip. Anyway, so yeah, we got here. We spent the day in San Francisco yesterday, and then we hung out with an artist friend of Buddy's.
Man, my guy Rivy. Just how can we explain this experience of the art? I don't even know where to start about this guy. It's an artist friend of mine that I met in college. He goes by the name Rivy. He's Puerto Rican from Brooklyn, from the Bronx. Excuse me, from New York. But would it be? Let me ask you. Now that you've experienced the art, would it be a stretch to put him in the same class or same breadth as a Basquiat, as a Keith Haring? I mean, is his art to that level?
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. I got blown away like that. Like this cat. Yeah, legendary artists. Like I'm very. This is one of the first times I really had a experience from the artist that I don't even know how to explain it, but it just it blew me away. So we'll be sharing some of his art and talk about that. I mean, this is a true blue San Francisco artist right now, trying to do living in the city, doing some things, and really putting some things together. So I wish we had a little bit more time to spend here. I would have liked to go to Oakland, spend a little time in Oakland, spend a little time everywhere really, but we're here for a reason. So we're going to be meeting up with Terrace Martin and those guys out at Napa, and it's all about relationship building, making those connections, and bringing some information and bringing artists and stuff like back to Omaha. Man, that's what this whole trip is for. So having these authentic spiritual conversations with people, and just trying to bring like minds in. And I got a lot of questions about what they have done with their hometowns, and how they were drawn back to their hometown, and how they what did they do to give back to the places they were from. They have any feeling about the places that they're from, and what did they go back and do? They run from it. They might, they may be in the stage of their life where they ran. They had to run away from it. So it's be interesting to talk to as many people as we can. Everybody you see on that list that's going to be performing, we're going to be trying to talk to. So yeah, man, I just want to kind of like tie that into what it is that we're doing. We're doing Amy Huffless, and just make it and understand it on that level, on a level of people who kind of rep their city. How do you bring your city up?
Man.
How do you get people paid? How do you get your culture? How do up the culture there? So that's what's up. Pops again. Friends of First Sky is operating, but regular First Sky is not working. At least on my end. Now I am on Friends, but you can't see my name. Anybody else on the actual First Sky Omaha page? I'm seeing on my end everything is working right. It might just be you, Pops. Not sure.
We are trying to work it out, so let us know.
And you already know how this is, and we're gonna ask you for your help. We're gonna ask you for your feedback. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Is everything cool? So yeah, man. But anyway,
Yeah. But to the point that you were just saying, man, like one of the goals and one of the intentions of First Sky when we started this endeavor was to celebrate Omaha and to kind of bring Omaha to the world, and vice versa, bring the world to Omaha. So that's kind of what the point of this is. We're definitely trying to meet some artists, definitely trying to network and expand what it is that we're doing here with First Sky Omaha, but also inform those artists about Omaha and try to get them to come through, man, and experience Omaha and kind of bring some experiences to Omaha for the Omahans. So that's also part of our goal out here, man.
Yeah, yep. So, and we've been looking forward to this for a while, and I'm really happy to be able to be out here to do that. Worn out already. The thing ain't even started yet, and I'm just like, whew.
Yeah, man. Yesterday was the day.
Yesterday was a long day, and last night was a long night. I thought this was gonna be an easy setup. No, not an easy setup. Uh, so yeah, but this is the checklist. If we do this again, we go somewhere again. It's like, okay, now we know what we need. To run out to Guitar Center and buy something, buy some plugs and do something. We will have it all there. We will know how much it costs to get over here. All the stuff. So we're just gonna continue to try to expand that way. I'm looking at trying to get out to Atlanta, where you're at,
man.
For the next stuff in Florida. I don't want to talk too much about that, but I'm trying to see what's happening, man. I'm trying to see what's up for real.
Just know some legendary conversations are underway.
That's what's up. Mayor Sanchez says, I'm listening to the word. If I lose visual, I'm still here. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you and all your input always. Appreciate everybody's input. And yeah, man, 7:15 in Omaha, Nebraska. If you believe in the concept of time, I really don't believe in it today because it's 5-something here. And yeah, so yeah, it's a trip. I didn't know what was up. I was up at like 3:30. Like, oh man, I'm still hooking this stuff up. I need to get a wink or two. Nope, had to keep rolling. So it is what it is, man. But like I said, it was important to us to go ahead and broadcast today for sure. Continue this conversation. Lots going on, actually. We talked about something the other day. I guess Monday was our last show, and it was all about those those organizations. What are the 6 organizations that got like
100,000
each? And we kept talking about it all week on Friends of First Sky Omaha. You guys did that too. You guys were expounding on that because it was like, did anybody know about the ability to get this 100,000? And furthermore, does anybody know who the organizations are that got it? Like, have you heard of these organizations before?
You didn't see me tag you in it. Shout out to Margie from Weatherized.
Margie, yeah,
Margie from Weatherized. She actually tagged the company that threw it, that was responsible for it, on Facebook.
Did she really?
Yeah. Here it is, right here. Margie Sturgeon, she tagged In Motion is the name of the nonprofit. It's a Lincoln-based nonprofit, In Motion. And she said, feel free to share updates here. This is all on Friends of First Guy, so you can go and check the thread there. But they responded, and they said, glad you raised the issue. We love everyone's help spreading the word to all corners about the opportunities we offer. The next program is open for application now. The deadline is September 5th, with the link, which we'll post in the chat here. And again, you can go to Friends of First Guy to catch it. But they said, we're looking for founders and potential founders who want to create high growth companies. Happy to hold an in-person or virtual town hall too, so more folks can learn about these pathways. Anyone want to contact us, you can reach Scott Henderson, In Motion Managing Principal, at scott@generator.com. That's scott@generator.com. That's GENER, the number 8, TOR.com.
Scott.
So
we need to holler at Scott.
Yeah, it sounds like we might need to have him on.
Scott need to come on. So this is a Lincoln-based company. I know that, right?
Yep.
So that's one thing I'm thinking about. I think there's such a disconnect sometimes between Omaha and Lincoln. We don't know a lot of the programs that's going on. And I'm thinking that these organizations that got the money are probably out of Lincoln. I don't know. I haven't heard of.
No, I'm not familiar with many of those
right.
Startups, but it seems like they're interested in reaching out to some Omaha folk. So we'll be posting again that email and that link in the chat. I know there are some people who own some businesses, a few people interested in starting some businesses. So this could go a long way in helping.
I think so. With that said, what else we got going on here? I know that Justin Wayne was talking about some things here.
Yeah, actually, we have a lot to go over. A lot has happened over the last couple of days, especially with us traveling over here to San Francisco. But we'll definitely kick off with some. Again, following the money is the theme of season 4. There has been some updates in regards to the ARPA funds and what's going on with that. There's actually been a schedule released for public input, which is something that we've been heavy on. So we'll go dive into that schedule and when to expect some of that things. And then also there's a few articles talking about what the plans are for some of those funds. And again, $723 million total dollars in American Rescue Plan or ARPA funding again is going to the state in total. And then I think $325 million of that is coming to the Omaha and Lincoln area. So we'll talk about again how that money is going to break down and just continue to follow the money in that regard. And then also simultaneously, the city of Omaha has released its Omaha Housing Affordability Action Plan, which, again, one of the buzzwords that we're talking about and have been talking about all year. We'll continue to look at that situation and exactly what that plan is. And actually tried to compare it to Lincoln's plan. I don't know if you remember, Lincoln released their affordable housing plan. So we'll definitely look at that. Also, Omaha Mayor Gene Stothert, big surprise, is asking for an increased city budget. And again, we're following the money. Big shout out to Dewan Lamont Hayes on Facebook. He has a very, very eloquent breakdown of how the city of Omaha has spent some of their money. So we're definitely going to follow the money in that regard. Again, a total of $607 million spent on these pet projects. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. And of course, we got to dive into Warren Buffett. I know y'all heard about it.
He's got a big company. It was a matter of time before some of this stuff got called out. I was just interesting that it wasn't called out in Omaha quite yet, but
we'll see. It's a matter of time. So we'll talk about all that and more. Of course, it's a little different, but the same. We're here for the next 2 hours. First Guy Omaha, Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, no Star Trek Rich, but all of you. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to Weatherized anyway, man. morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Once again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd. We are live from California right now, Concord, California, about 45 minutes out of San Francisco. And just want to say hi and thanks for joining us this morning and roughing it with us. Let us know about how we're sounding, how we're looking, what's going on. I was real nervous about the internet here, but it seems to be working okay so far. So far so good. Let us know how we're coming across. A little choppy, whatever's going on. In the chat, we got a good morning from Stacey Jean. Good morning, First Sky Omaha family and friends. Good morning to you. Ron's Review says South Omaha got $1 million for Plaza de la Raza, hoping to make it a Midtown Exarban. Okay. I'm anxious to see what's going on the south side there. Black Dynamite in the house. He said, "Good morning, fellas. Good to see y'all in the same room." That's what's up. Wanda Lewis says, "City Councilwoman Juanita Johnson was able to get $250,000 for the renovation of Kuntz Park." Okay, that's what's up. And Black Dynamite says, "How much more bread is old Mean Gene to line Todd's pockets with?" Still on that. Still on that. Shots fired. Shots fired. And also, Wanda Lewis is saying ARPA funds. So yes, you guys are already on it. We're already in there talking about some of these things that's going on, and I really appreciate everybody that's jumped up this morning early with us, chimed in, and yeah, man, let's jump into some of this because looking crazy. Pop says, "Nope, everything looks and sounds great. Thanks, Pops. Appreciate you very much." Whew. It was tough getting here, so I'm glad we're doing it.
No, I really appreciate you, Paul, because after the day we had in the city, going to the Golden Gate and chilling with the homie, man, for you to not get any sleep.
Yeah, it was a long night. Walking around like a zombie.
Man, so yeah, appreciate that we're doing this, y'all. But yeah, man, we're here to break it down again. Follow the money as we've been doing for the last year or 6 months, I would say, in regards to these ARPA funds. And according to KETV, the Nebraska Department of Economic Development has received actually a total of $723 million in American Rescue Plan Act funding. That's all to strengthen the economy, of course. Actually, the state of Nebraska received $1.4 billion in total coronavirus fiscal recovery funds. And the Nebraska State Legislature has allotted a majority of the money to help create a more resilient community across the state. And a large part of that goes to the team, the dynamic group that has, again, won the victory. I'm still calling it a victory, man. They didn't necessarily get the full amount that they were asking for. But LB 1024 has allotted, again, $335 million in funding to assist both North and South Omaha. And again, we've been asking, when can the public give input, or how can we, again, dictate how that money is going to be spent or where that money is going to be spent? And apparently, as required by LB 1024, the legislature has contracted with a private company, Omaha-based Olson Incorporated, to conduct a study of potential eligible uses of federal ARPA funds in North and South Omaha. And over the next 6 months, over the next few months, the Economic Recovery Special Committee, which is the group of senators, including Justin Wayne, Terrell McKinney, put some respect on their names. Also, Tony Vargas put some respect on his name, and a few other senators. And along with Olson Incorporated, they will conduct a series of stakeholder meetings and public information sessions in both North and South Omaha. So again, mark your calendars, y'all. The week of August 15th through the 19th, Olson will conduct meetings with key businesses and economic development stakeholders in North and South Omaha. So again, that's August 15th and 19th. And just a quick thought on that, I'm not sure how they're dictating which one or which businesses, are eligible to give feedback. But if you are a business owner in North Omaha, come through. Okay. Again, that's the week of August 15th through the 19th. Following that meeting, Olson will present initial findings from those meetings to the special committee at a public briefing, which will be held in September. The special committee will host public information sessions in both North and South Omaha, where members of the public can submit ideas. So again, the August 15th through the 19th, businesses will have an opportunity to give feedback. And then in September, just the general public will have an opportunity to give feedback.
Okay. So this is one of the things we've been waiting for. I know that we've been talking to the senators over time about what was going to happen, and they assured us that there would be some times that we can go have some feedback, go talk to some folks. and let them know what it is that we think. We've been kind of developing some ideas over time on our show here with you guys on what to do with some of these funds and how to use some of these funds. So now it's getting into the point in time where it's time to tell them about that and really break that down and give them some feedback and really kind of keep track and see whether or not our feedback is going to work. Is anybody listening to any of that kind of stuff is the question too. So just jumping in the chat real quick. Amy Huffler says, I posted on friends of but match funds. MAACH has funds that they need to distribute before September, I think, for housing assistance. Okay, so that's good to know. Anybody who needs that, look into the MAACH organization there for funds for housing assistance. They'll probably be trying to get it going real soon here because it's what, the 29th? Yeah. So call today.
Right now.
Immediately. Wanda Lewis says the mayor wants an amendment to the charter for her to be able to work remotely when she's not in the city.
Yep.
Yeah, we were talking about this Monday as well. Everybody was kind of sussed out a little bit that because her new husband lives in a different city, she's gonna be spending some time over there and wants to keep some kind of control and not have people jumping in and taking control when she's out of town or whatever. So, interesting amendment to the charter that she's trying to get going. Mama God in the house says, "Good for Sky. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining us this morning." Amy Huffless is asking, "What's the location of the meetings?"
So the location has not been released, but it does suggest that you go to nebraskalegislature.gov for that information as it becomes available. So I don't think there is a location set right now, but within the next 2 weeks, we should expect it.
Like the old school raves, you gotta go to the record store and get the code word so you can
Oh man, yeah,
find out the space. This is the place the day of.
Man, gotta go on a hunt, and you already know how they handled the city charter session. So I wouldn't be surprised if you needed a passcode to get in.
You make a film called Keatron Cycle and the Hidden Door.
Man. So yeah, we'll definitely look out for that information. It is not made available exactly where that is, but it seems like the only concrete thing that they have is the week of August 15th through the 19th. So I don't even know which day in that range is going to be, but sometime in mid-August they're going to have.
I'm telling you, man, it's like an old school rave. Like it's a hidden thing. We got a assalamu alaikum. See, you got it connected. Good to see y'all from Brother Muhammad.
Hey, alaikum salam, brother.
Yep. Facebook user. Who's Facebook user?
It's one of your cousins.
Good work, cousin. Somebody, yeah. Oh, that's Boogie. What's up?
Hey,
man, it's a legendary Boogie Jones in the house, man. What's going on, cousin? How you doing?
Don't we play some of his cuts?
He plays some of his cuts all the time, man. He's a musical genius. Portia Cabot says also check with Family Housing Services, FHAAS, for some assistance as well. We're talking about, right? So yeah, there's some stuff out there. People in need, let them know because sometimes they're so busy trying to take care of their need, they don't have time to really look up, the information that they need to help. I mean, that's how we can help. We can help people in need that way. We can't help them out with money or something like that, then help them out by looking for some of these resources to help them do what they got to do. So that's what's going on. And also, let's see, Rome's review says the amendment should also include, losing everybody here, should also include cannot be absent more than 2 or 3 weeks. A mayor should be on the job while being allowed to be indefinitely absent.
Yeah. Actually, city council is considered 10 of those 24 amendments. So we will definitely be getting into that here in a second. But before we get too far out,
that's Kimra Snipes. Good morning, Kimra Snipes.
Good morning. Actually, I'm glad you're commenting because I did want to round back to these ARPA funds and these hearings and sessions that they're planning on. Because I know, Kimra, you said that you were putting together a community effort or community organization to kind of oversee that. I'm wondering where are those efforts? Have you heard of these sessions coming up, and do you plan on attending?
Yeah, North and South Alliance, getting together the neighborhood associations. That's what she was doing to put something together and talk about it. That's one big effort. Definitely want to try to talk to her about some of those efforts there. And not just the efforts between the neighborhood associations, but I guess they want to hear from business owners first. They want to hear from businesses first. So I think there should, I don't know if we have like an association of business owners in North or South Omaha that can get together and and get on the same page with that. I know in Benson they have the Benson Improvement District where there's a lot of the owners there of businesses around on the strip get together and talk about whether or not they want stuff like um, parking meters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
There's the 24th Street
yeah,
corridor, and
corridor. Yeah.
I think there's actually two BIDs on 24th. The one that Councilwoman Juanita Johnson was a part of, and then of course the one that is dealing with the former Loves Jazz. Mama call them Loves Jazz. I'm gonna call them Loves Jazz.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. They've been chiming up about a bunch of stuff, but I think that I would really like to see businesses that are kind of low key get together and speak up on what to do with some of those funds. And I'd like to see also I'd like to see construction companies reach the level of development companies with this money. So I know that was one of the things that Justin Wayne and Terrell McKinney were talking about, specifically not really assigning money to affordable housing, in and like giving people money for housing, but supplying money to companies to up their game, to come go from like just one or two man operation to a crew to be able to do bigger jobs and get to the point of being able to do development, then they can develop affordable housing and so on. So if anybody has any better ideas than that for affordable housing, or maybe some of the funds can go to organizations that are already doing some work for affordable housing, and just boost that up. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that that's something that we talk about all the time. That affordable housing piece is still huge.
And it's still kind of up in the air. I mean, the city of Omaha has released a plan, and affordable housing is one of like there are two kind of main things that they have kind of preconceived that they do want to include in this plan, and affordable housing is one of them. And then the industrial park that Senator Wayne has been talking about is another part of
Mm-hmm.
that. So just
Yeah.
to give an idea for people who are planning to go to these sessions, or who are just paying close attention, to give them an idea of what they're looking for. Again, although they are planning for the industrial park, no specific locations have been set. So if you have any ideas of where you feel like a good location for that would be, this will be a good time to present that. I know Senator Wayne has mentioned close to the airport, but again, nothing has been set in stone. So they are looking for that. Also, Senator Wayne said that he is looking for quote unquote transformational projects to be included in the effort. The industrial park, for example, is expected to create about 1,000 jobs once completed. He also says while residents are eager to see the funds put to good use, it is critically important that these dollars are targeted to projects with the greatest likelihood of creating fundamental change in our community. So, again, while we could use maybe like another grocery store in North Omaha, or some things in North Omaha that what try to think of what would have the biggest impact, what would create the most jobs. And I think something along the line of what you're talking about as far as development companies and construction will definitely go along that line. But
Yeah.
again, just this is what they're looking for.
Yeah. Uh, uh, Kimmer Snipes says accountability committee between North and South Omaha. I like that. Hold them accountable. There needs
Yeah.
some accountability. Happy to discuss sometime. Yeah, it's been a while since we had you on. We'll definitely have to have you on and talk about that. She says South Omaha used to have a South Omaha Business Association, but it merged into the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Okay,
Okay.
didn't know that. Mama God says I attended summer programs at Kuntz as a child. Yeah, man. I think this. So it's a positive thing. It's a happy thing that Miss Juanita Johnson got some money to put together for that area. I'm not familiar with Coons Park, but yeah, I've heard about it from other family members. So you need to check it out.
Legendary Park, man.
Legendary Park, huh? Okay, that's what's up. Which appearance wise is kind of exclusive. Um, not seeing who was saying that on there. I'm not seeing it. It's not. Give me a Facebook user. I'm not sure. Yeah, clarify that for me, if you will. She says they're looking for ideas on one-time projects. It can't be for programming.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they're looking for something that they don't have to continue to pour money into.
Yeah,
It
it
is
makes sense.
something that they can just drop the bag on, and it's self sustainable, and it drives change just in itself.
Right. The Department of Economic Development is also looking to hire some high level. Man, I hate this new format. High level project managers that are connected to the community.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Brooke says, "Good morning, guys. Good morning to you." Uh, okay. Keywords though, connected to community. That's really needs to be. It's a lot of money that's going into the community in a big way, and Justin Wayne opened my eyes on one thing one time. We were talking. Well, he was talking at the Fabric Lab,
Mm-hmm.
and we keep on saying this is more money than this is so much money coming in. And actually, I wanted to correct something you said a little earlier. They actually did get all the money that they asked for. They just are getting it in steps.
Okay.
So they'll get the whole 450 at one point. This first round is like at this first round is actually two something because 90 of it went to South. But this money that seems like this huge amount of money. It is a huge amount of money. It don't seem like it is. It's a huge amount of money. Um, this money has come through before. So we keep on saying stuff like this is we're not going to see this in our lifetime. That's not true. This has happened a few more times. Justin Wayne broke down a couple times that this kind of money came through our neighborhoods before, but it didn't go to where it needs to go. It got handled in a way that didn't make much change. This is supposed to be different because they initiated it. Those senators that we talk to all the time, they initiated this. They asked for it. They have their own plan, and they're very willing to talk to talk to us about what to do with it. And it really put a plan in motion that'll make a difference this time with that. So, so that's why this money can that's why people need to be held accountable for this. We need accountability here on this one, because the whole purpose of this time, the way that they did it, the way they asked for the money, what the money is supposed to be for, was very specific, and it really could impact North and South Omaha in huge ways if it's handled right. So, like Kimber Snipes is saying, connected to the community. It's got to be connected. Accountable to what was stated in the RFP, which is that they have to collect input from neighborhoods, impacted communities, and stakeholders. Definitely, we're so busy all the time, also fighting for just to be heard, so they will open these closed doors and we can come in and talk about it. That we don't even really, if the door gets open, what are we gonna say? That's where I'm at. I'm at like, what's the idea? Once they finally open this door and let the community speak, what's the community? What are we going to say as a community that this money needs to go to? We can always look to our Mayor Sanchez, because he always has great ideas. He says, I would like to see 24th Street Business District have stadium type lighting along it on blocks where future parking lots would be put. Okay.
Okay.
Facebook user says, this is Kimmer, and I was talking about the business association. Oh man, get out of the way. Business association now having the feeling of you need to be Hispanic to participate.
Yeah, saying it's exclusive, saying it's kind of exclusive, closed off.
Now that it's the Chamber of Commerce over there. Okay.
And I'm kind of wondering how much involvement does just the regular Omaha City Chamber of Commerce, like how much are they involved in these efforts and in this conversation?
That's a good question. Let us know if anybody
knows.
Let us know. Brooke says, when I first moved out here, Coons Park was a gang park. I lived across the street and had to duck from bullets like every night.
Yeah,
so, like
I mean,
said,
now
legendary park.
Now, yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, Coons Park was a park where they had the World Fair at. There was a World Fair that came to Omaha at one point.
It was around the Coons Park area, huh?
Yeah, so it like down on 24th, kind of by the Martin Luther King middle. Magnet.
Interesting. Kimmer says Don Priester is on my leadership team for the Alliance and has been involved in politics for decades. He said he has never seen this happen before. I've been getting both. I've been getting back and forth. I've been getting people saying it's never happened, they've never seen it. But I also been hearing people say they've seen it, and like I said, Justin Wayne explained it pretty thoroughly that that money like this has come through before, but where did it go is the question. Mama God said Coons is synonymous with Malcolm X. Get out of the way. It is his. Sorry guys, I'm new format here. Got me all jacked up. I lost her.
It says
there it is. Sorry, go ahead.
Coons is synonymous with Malcolm X. It is in his childhood neighborhood.
Got it. Okay. Facebook user says, I would like for people to remember the South Omaha is more than 24th Street. That's Kimra. I know. I already know what she's talking on, and that there's more than just Hispanic people in South Omaha. A lot of the black families, especially, got started in South Omaha
Yeah, yeah.
and kind of moved north.
Around the packing plants.
Yeah. She says, I have a meeting with our new Chamber of Commerce president in a couple weeks. I'm excited about that. That's what's up. I'm sure going to ask.
Yeah, please do, because that'd be interesting to see what level of involvement, especially a sister being the new president of the Chamber of Commerce, what she has to say about how she can envision these types of funds impacting both North and South Omaha. And if I'm not mistaken, she has a pretty good track record from I think she came from St. Louis, the St. Louis area,
Hmm.
and did some good work out there. So yeah, definitely looking forward to what comes out of that conversation, Kipper. Let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on and talk about that. Also, it looks like Tanaya Patterson said money came through but went to Greater Douglas County. I'm sure that happens all the time. Rome's Review says, where is the whole 1913 World Fair model at the Durham? That's a good question. I had an artist friend that put some stuff together that showed some of the materials that they used, that they built the World's Fair. It was a whole like a little city with a gondola with a river in the middle
Yeah,
and all this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But they built it with all this little crappy material because they knew they were going to tear it down. They
Hmm.
no sustainability. So it was really interesting to see like what she found out they built the stuff with, basically like plaster and chicken wire. The whole little
Really?
town, yeah,
That's interesting.
because
That's interesting.
their model was to tear it down after it was done. I wish it would have they could have just stayed in that area really and been an attraction, but
Right,
they weren't
right,
thinking
right.
like that. Von Chapman says, he says the need and excuse for affordable housing can be addressed by creating good jobs to replace all the industrial jobs lost over the years in the targeted areas. Some of the ARPA funds should be used to encourage big companies to expand in or near North Omaha, given the medium income level in the targeted area is way too low to support any small business in the area.
Agreed. Agreed. I know there's been some discussion of like a Google center, some Facebook call centers, some things like that.
Hmm.
And there are some areas like in Western, Omaha, West Nebraska that do have those types of Facebook data centers and things like that. Yeah, I would definitely love to see some more tech based companies setting up in the North Omaha area. And I mean, there's already discussion about getting more people in the North and South Omaha areas into things like coding and things
Hmm.
like that. So, yeah, I would love to see some of those more tech jobs come to the North and South area. And I do think that is something that, we invest in developing those areas and enticing some of those companies. That's something that's not going to need perpetual, money. That's not a program. This is giving people boots to pull themselves up by.
Okay, that's what's up. Sounds good. More information here we got in the chat. Looks like Facebook users saying you can get a free Durham pass through the Omaha Public Library with your library card.
Okay.
Also, I saw the Mandela exhibit for free. So shouts out to OPL. Oh, that's what's up. Pop says I went to Coons Park as a kid and I made a small arts and crafts project for my mother that she kept until the day she'd passed. I still have it now on display in my home. Heartstrings moments. Man, legendary
I
park.
told you, man. I told you, man. A lot of memories about Coots. Again, I went to Martin Luther King magnet for middle school, so it was right there, right there. I mean, played basketball at the courts over there. Like, yeah, yeah. So and actually, I do think that there is still a plaque that commemorates the World Fair that's there. Like, you can
Mm,
go down there and kind of see a picture of how it was set up,
mm.
and just kind of get a glimpse of what that was like.
Yeah, very interesting stuff. It's 7:45 already. If you believe in the concept of time, I'm glad it's saying 7:45 on my computer because my computer has still got on Omaha
Yeah,
time,
yep, same here, same
or
here.
else I'd be all messed up right now because time is an illusion.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. We'll take a quick break and I will come right back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Star Trek Rich. Have no idea what's even about to play. I can't see nothing. Thanks for hanging there with us. Oh, Lil Boogie Jones. How about that? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thanks, Pops. Appreciate that. We were wondering. All right. One of the things that we've been, she said it got all quiet. One of the things that we've been trying to figure out here, because once again, if you don't, if you don't know what's going on, I can't even get to take the thing off. Okay, there we go.
There we go. There we go.
Man, one of the things that's going on here is that we are live. We were live from a hotel in Concord, California, right now. So we do not have the beautiful privilege of broadcasting live from Weberized Studios, where everything works right.
Everything's set up. I think it's just you're used to the cockpit.
No, bro,
it's giving you the blues over there.
I'm seeing some things that yeah, it's more than just the tech works. It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff that took a lot of time to work out. So shout out to Star Trek Rich that's in there night and day making it happen. It's all about Weberized, y'all. That's real. Man, so
he's been in there sick. Yeah, that's real. Big shout out to the squad.
So appreciate that. Sorry about the break there. It went quiet because there was supposed to be some music playing on the break. The music didn't play. Thanks, Pops, for letting me know before we just let the whole song play. Other than that, yeah, it was. I guess that's as far as breaks are concerned, we get none. So,
or we just got to be quiet.
Welcome
to I know you're trying to mute the mics. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, there's no point in letting them sit there in silence if the music ain't playing. Then let's. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what. But anyway, we appreciate everybody jumping on too and coming on and being able to talk to you guys this morning. Definitely feel like I'm definitely on that tip where I'm just like, man, I feel the pull after a few days of us not having these conversations. It's kind of a trip. Like I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like we need to talk to our peoples about all this. What's going on here?
I mean, every day you look up, there's something happening. There's something to talk about. So definitely, I mean that happened as soon as we went on our break. For that month, it's like, man, we need to talk about this. So we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in with us, and despite the tech difficulties and the hurdles that we have to jump over to make this happen, we appreciate y'all joining this conversation. And again, if you're looking to have input on the ARPA funds and follow the money with that, again, September is your time, and if you're a business owner, you even have a chance in August, the week of August 15th through the 19th. So. Yeah,
that's what's up. We got a hi from Zane. What's up, my dude?
The dude.
What's going on, brother? How you doing? Facebook says I'm rolling over here. Y'all got to start keeping outtakes. Yeah. What we're gonna do? I just thought about it for the break. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and bust a little beat, then buddies do a little rhyme for you. So
yo, check it.
Sucker MC. Yeah, we'll put some music down. Like this morning, yeah, appreciate that. Thank you for that. Thank you for coming on in. Brooke says I went to the Rock the Bells in Concord.
Okay,
really?
Okay. No.
Wait a minute. How did I not know about this? The Rock the Bells in Concord. Who played that year? That's legendary right there. All them Rock the Bells shows are legendary.
Yeah, I didn't heard about it. Isn't there? Doesn't LL have the Rock the Bells radio station now on XM? Yeah. Big shout out to Uncle.
Sure it does. Mama God says different subject. Real quick. We have completed two declined GDP sessions, so are officially in recession. Please be diligent about your finances and maintain your credit.
That's why we following the money this episode.
Tell me about this. We have completed two declined GDP sessions, so are officially in a recession. You called it. Well, we were saying last time we talked about this. We were saying we weren't quite in a recession yet.
It's like last week.
So what changed that? Why are we in a recession now? Like what happened that makes us in a recession now?
I guess the amount of the level of gross domestic product, which is GDP, we're not producing as much. I'm guessing, or making as much. And there's some levels and some metrics that once we fall below a certain threshold, then it's officially a recession. But like I said 2 weeks ago, man, you can feel it. Like
one of them was unemployment, and also that we got to talk about the Fed chair too. That did what they did with the interest rates.
Yeah, that just went up.
So they're doing this to battle inflation.
Yep,
but
it's causing a recession.
It's causing a recession. Wanda Lewis says Von Chapman's in the Napa Valley area. Brother Chapman,
Hey, okay.
we coming over. No, I'm just playing. That's what's up, man. I did not know that. I did not know he was out here. You were saying that last week. I was like, I didn't know. I thought he was in Omaha. That's interesting. Brooks said Wu Tang was okay. So see, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. That trip. Rock the Bell's legendary. That's what's up. Legendary. Immortal Technique.
Yeah, she said she been to 2.
Crazy, man. Okay, so you was with me in the San Bernardino one. I think. You were we there together on that one, because that was a legendary one too. That was like Wu Tang, Outkast, Rage Against the Machine got back together the first time. It was Public Enemy. It was out of control.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the Facebook says, especially if you have credit cards. So this is what we were talking about these interest rates. So your credit card, if you got a balance on your credit card, your interest rates are going to be pretty high on that. You're going to be in a little bit of trouble. So you might want to pay those off. Also, they said it's going to be hard to buy a car right now.
Oh, yeah.
House right now. Now that the Fed did what they did, and now that we're in this recession, everything's going to be, the food might be cheaper, gas might be cheaper, but finances are going to be worse.
Yeah, and they're talking about also raising taxes for businesses and the wealthy, which we kind of know that always finds a way to trickle down and impact, the everyday average working person.
Yeah.
So again, this is we seen the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
We kind of knew that there were going to be some large financial things happening, which is why we made the intent decision to make this season follow the money. And it's not just about us following the things like the ARPA funds or what City Council is doing and how they're spending some of these TIF funds, which we'll dive into here in a second. But also how we as individuals, how we as people can keep some money in our pockets, can make more money, can save money, can invest, and make it through this situation, because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And I'll be honest, I'm not an economist, so I can't necessarily break down how recessions work, but I do see the writing on the wall, and I do plan on, inviting some economists and having those types of conversations this season.
Yeah, I'm only thinking about how it's going to affect us. How it trickles down to us is always a question to me. So it's but in whatever, however it does, it always comes down to we a few things, and I'm gonna add to one more thing that you said there on that. The other thing to watch for is, I had it in my head before, that's their business. I'm gonna leave that alone. And then when we talked about that on Monday, somebody brought up the point, that's our tax dollars that are out there that we need to make sure that they act right with on top of that. So not only do we need to keep some money in our pocket and make sure that we can keep making it and handle what we got to handle, but we also got to keep the people in check that are handling the tax dollars that we already handed over to them, and make sure they don't go to $600 million lakes and all that kind of business. So
these are the type of opportunities, if you're not paying attention, where the rich can get richer and the poor can get poorer.
Wow, that's what's up. Rose Review says, I went to see an Ice-T versus LL versus. He wanted to see that. Yeah, I want to see that too. I heard that.
Okay.
Tamika Johnson says another interest rate increase. Right. Mama God says 2 consecutive quarters in certain percentage of decline determines recession. Okay, so 2 consecutive quarters in a certain percentage of decline determines recession. I also heard jobs are part of this too. So if there's a lack of jobs, what do they call that? If there's a if there's a certain level of unemployment, is what I understand, then that was also a determining factor as well. And as of last week, it wasn't there yet. Now it is. So Facebook user says, and Biden on TV really trying to act like we're straight out here, right? Wanda Lewis says he was in Omaha last week. Is that right? Interesting. We have been heading towards a recession for a while now. Recession doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't get better overnight as well. Stop spending and keep saving now. Good advice there, Mayor Sanchez over on YouTube. Appreciate you with that comment for sure. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. Appreciate your Facebook user. Mama God says also balances may be lower due to rate hikes. Okay, so this is what we need. We need feedback from you guys. You guys know about these situations. Let us know how these, because bottom line is, how is this affecting us? What's really going to happen now that that we're in this recession? Leah Keiser says reduce inflation bill. Okay. Facebook says, imagine if we had 15 black millionaires in Omaha and how that could shift politics. I heard we did have a whole bunch of millionaires in Omaha.
Yeah.
Black millionaires. No, I don't know about 15, but I bet you there's 12, 13.
It might be a whole nother conversation, though. It might be a
whole nother conversation. Good morning. Ronnie Shields gives us a good morning. What's going on, Bo? How you doing, brother? Von Chapman says, Von Chapman,
where you at?
We coming over.
Where you at?
He says, given inflation and recent GDP, this is exactly why it's hard to justify giving Front Porch and every other company any money to build so-called affordable housing in a community that can't afford to pay attention.
That's heavy.
I'm going to read that one again.
Please do.
Given inflation and recent GDP, this is exactly why it's hard to justify giving Front Porch and every other company any money to build so-called affordable housing in a community that can't afford to pay attention.
Because it's so busy trying to survive and make ends meet.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah, and I had to look into it really quickly. CNBC kind of gives a breakdown of how we got to this point, and as Ma Dukes laid out again for the second consecutive quarter, we have a 0.9% fall in gross domestic product, and that followed the 1.6 decline in the first quarter. And a big part of that is decreases in inventories. Remember the supply chain issues as a result of COVID-19. There were ships that were stalling. There were ships that were getting stuck. So that's a big impact as well. Also, the lack in residential and non-residential investment and government spending all kind of came together to create the situation that we're in now.
I also heard that Biden just signed a bill for chip manufacturing. Now he signed something to allow us to put a bunch of money into chip manufacturing here in America, so that we can help the supply chain situation. Leah Keister in the chat says, "Google it for more info. It's pretty awesome. Not every Biden wanted, but a great start and a win for the Dems to help us get some midterm wins." Okay, yeah, I would definitely look back on that and see what's going on there. Pop says, that's why I said before that we're always in a recession before they say we are in a recession, right?
Yep. You can see the writing on the wall. You can feel it. You can feel, the spending kind of get tight. But also I would like to throw out there, in the midst of all this, we did just send, the country just sent 80-something million to Ukraine.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, they can find the money when they need to. Going back to Leah Keiser's comment, she said, go back up to her first comment. He says, Manchin just signed on for the inflation bill. Once it passes the House and Kristen Sinema gives it a thumbs up, things will get better. Will get better in big letters. She's hollering, will get better. That's what's up.
Hope so.
So let's see. Manchin just signed on for the reduced inflation bill. Once it passes the House, okay, there you go. Things will get better. Hope so. We'll see. Google it for more info. It's pretty awesome. Not everything Biden wanted, but a great start and a win for the Dems to help us get some midterm wins. Okay, go back and take that out. Appreciate that. Great news for us, she says. Facebook says, good morning. Hate I'm late. I got distracted taking out the trash. It must be is this Miss E saying that? Because you know how it is with the names on the phone. Know what's going on there. And good morning and some sunshine. Appreciate that.
Hey.
Man, we're struggling over here, but we're here. So if you don't know, if you're just joining us, you're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, Concord, California. That's where we're at. Chilling in a Hilton that it seems like somebody black owns.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like
it's a lot of melanin.
A lot of melanin and a lot of melanin influences around here at this hotel. Pretty nice. Pretty decent. And we'll be heading to Napa Valley today. Man. So the Blue Note Jazz Festival out in Napa Valley, they added a day, which is today. They just added, which is going to be, all kinds of different artists. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm tired. I've been up all night. All kinds of different artists. Dinner Party is the one that was on the tip of my tongue. I definitely wanted to see today. Shaka Khan. I'm hoping to talk to Shaka Khan today.
Okay.
If I'm going to talk to anybody today, I'd like to talk to Shaka. So that'll be very interesting. So lots going on, and also Midnight Miracle is supposed to be
Yeah, man.
recorded tonight, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to see those brothers in action. That's Talib Kweli, Yassine Bey, formerly Most Def, and Dave Chappelle. That's their podcast. That's where we look to. We're looking at them like, wow.
Man, just do yourself a favor and check it out. It's a great podcast.
Midnight Miracle. Check them out.
Yeah, you can find the first episode free on YouTube, but just go ahead and check it all out on Luminary.
What's going on? That's what's up, man. Concord, the edge of the Yay area. Okay, Miss E. Is that what it's called? Concord?
Concord.
Oh, Concord equals Concord. Okay, I got you.
Yay area.
Who's on YouTube jealous? That's Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. I'm not feeling right now. I'm feeling like it's gonna be a job though. This one, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I'm feeling. Whoo! It's gonna be work trekking around trying to get some recordings and stuff.
I'm gonna need you to get some rest after this, though.
Bro, I'm taking a nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get some rest after this.
You hear me? Napping. I'm napping. It's pronounced Concord.
Okay. We're bringing our Omaha, our Omaha.
It's Concord, cuz. It's Concord. What you talking about?
Concord.
Black Dynamite says, I vote Buddy for the ticket next year for the festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. That's what's up. I'm with it. Mama God in the house says, take advantage of zero balance transfer offers, fixed rate loan offers, increased savings, pay off revolving interest accounts with home equity loan opportunities. Come on, man. And I was all interested in this comment, losing it. Where is it at? Okay, there it is. Reduce food costs, including freezing leftovers, etc. First, we getting ready to cut some of these TV and streaming channels. She just gave that's the
whole plan.
That's the plan right there. That's the plan. Take advantage of 0% balance transfer offers. This is what we were saying about like when you get these credit cards out and stuff is getting ready to get crazy. Take advantage of some of these ways. Some of the loans you can get a fixed rate loan right now. This is the result of what the Feds did with interest rates. Increase saving, pay off revolving interest accounts with some home equity loan opportunities. There you go. So get some of them loans and get some stuff paid off. Reduce food costs, and go stock up on the food and get the food stocks going on. Cut some of these TV and streaming channels. It's time to adjust. I like what you're saying. It's time to adjust our finances right now.
Yep.
This is why it's significant. We can dig into the science of all this and figure all this out. Figure out what it means. Figure out what the Fed did. How that affects the economy. Try to do some economist 101 research and all that. Bottom line, if they're making a shift this big, it's time for us to look at our finances and shift that and figure out how we need to shift it in order to be able to survive and thrive. So that's where I'm at on that.
My Dukes used to be a personal banker at Wells Fargo for quite some time. So just a heads up.
Thought she had some
a little something.
Felt like she had some background knowledge there on some things. That's what's up. Mama God said, yes, they've been coming in my mail for 0% balance transfer for 18 months. They saw it was coming too.
Yeah. I mean, again, you see the writing on the wall. It's just once they pass a certain threshold and, the numbers add up or don't add up, then they can make it official.
Yeah.
But I did want to lay out some of the things. Shout out to Leah Keiser for bringing this reduced inflation bill to our attention. The bill includes $300 billion in deficit reduction and also $370 billion in energy and climate spending provisions. It would also raise about $313 billion from a new 15% corporate minimum tax. So that's the increase. Again, 15% corporate minimum tax.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. So we're learning as we go on all this stuff. Like I said, I think that the big part is just figuring out what we can in order to make sure that we're straight.
Mm-hmm.
She says, Miss Erica felt only. Oh, they're talking to each other. Okay. Yeah. So continue to talk about that, and let's continue to help each other out with ideas on what it is that we can do to tighten those things up. Pops gave me a good idea a few weeks back just about food stocks because it's really interesting. We're kind of in a food recession as well, and food prices have been so ridiculously skyrocketed so skyrocketed that it's hard for people to even get by, and that's why we were seeing a rise in people that needed aid from food banks and so on and so forth. So like it's almost a joke. You go to the store, you spend $150 and you get a bag of groceries these days. So hopefully things will lighten up on that end. I mean, I think that's why they made the move too, is in order for like food and gas prices and stuff to go down. That's great, but how is it going to affect us in the long run? How will it affect our what we're trying to build? We're trying to build some wealth here. We're trying to own some land.
Mm-hmm.
How is that going to affect those things as well? We got to do all this at the same time. So so it's interesting to see that now as a grown person doing paying grown people bills. I'm like, okay, I'm sure you feeling that too. Like, okay, where can we go with this right now? Well, here's some suggestions. Yeah, people will. Brother Rome's reviews. I hate that it gets that way sometimes for people, but that's what it is. So, yeah. I was thinking napping in Napa Valley. Yeah, do some mean napping in Napa Valley.
Yeah. I need you to get your rest. Need you to get your rest. That's also part of it. Making sure you taking care of yourself during this, especially gonna be eating less.
I mean, yeah,
stress,
like going on a diet, but not on purpose. With the way the food prices are. So Von Chapman says most people of color live and have lived in a constant state of recession. Yeah,
it's true.
That's one thing I gotta say, man. It's hard to put a sense of urgency on something that you've been.
Yeah, I mean,
it's urgent right now, but it feels the same because we've been living this way this whole time.
Like if you live in a food desert, then a food shortage shouldn't really. Like
straight up,
it's always a food shortage.
It's always a food shortage. Brooke says I'm about to master my beans and cornbread recipes.
There you go.
There you go.
Rice.
That's what your grandma did in that same house, Brooke.
Yeah.
And my mom swears up and down she's allergic to beans because of how much they had to eat them. But it is what it is, man. That just goes to say that we've been through this before. We've seen this before.
Oh yeah. We can survive through it. We're just here to figure out how to all together.
Yep. So keep the suggestions coming. Appreciate that. If it's 8:08 right now, if you believe in the concept of time, out there in Omaha, Nebraska. We're in Concord, California.
What site?
And it's very early here, so we're 2 hours behind. So it's just now getting to be 6:09 right now. But that matters not to me because I never got any sleep. It's not like I had to wake up. I just didn't go to sleep. So, yeah. So here it is. It's still yesterday for me right now.
I need you to get some rest. Man.
Did you get some rest?
Kinda. But I'll be honest. I was like so worried about oversleeping that I kept waking up during the night. Like I woke up at like 1. And then try to go back to sleep. Woke back up at like 3. Try to go back to sleep, toss and turn. Finally, like woke up to set an alarm on my phone, and then finally got up at like 4. Yeah. It was
a little broken up.
Yeah. So I did not get a full night's rest, but more rest than you, and I'm kind of guilty.
Yeah,
I'm kind of feeling guilty.
About 1 o'clock. About 1 o'clock in the morning, I was the time that I got so zombied out that I tripped on a cord, and every tripod and light standing here fell down at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5.
Yeah, I wish we could kind of turn and show the setup because my man Paul really
ain't touching nothing.
Convert this whole room into a full studio, but. Again, we're glad to be here. We're glad to be live. We're glad to be able to, do what we do remotely. And actually, this is the start. Like we're figuring out and getting the bugs out of this whole process because, as mentioned earlier this week, and I think last week, we will be kind of breaking away from Weberize and doing more of this broadcasting remotely from area. So. Yeah, thank y'all for bearing with us.
Yeah, and you know what I got to say? A shout out to Mama God. She said earlier, don't worry about the tech. Like we're in the same room, which is rare. We haven't done that for over a year.
Yeah,
now.
Man, some time.
So it's been a while. They're in the chat right now, man, talking about beans and cornbread, making me hungry as mugs. Blackity Black says I love beans and cornbread. Brooke says they're delicious. Mama God said we can't go back to eating pig feet and tails like Grandma used to do back in the day.
No, we can't. No. I'll stop at the swine, but you know, moms, you know how Earl the Pearl used to do with the beans, man, with the beans and the turkey parts and the cornbread.
Beans and cornbread.
Hey,
hey man, you name it. Oh man, that's what's up. Wanda Lewis says, "Thank you for showing up." Hey, thank you for showing
Oh
up.
man,
Can't do this without you. That's for sure.
no, I would definitely feel some kind of way if we went through all this to set up, lug all this equipment halfway across literally across the country for me, and then y'all wouldn't show up. I feel some kind of way. So I'm glad y'all
All
here.
right, I'm out there. Just go lay down.
No, I'm definitely glad y'all here, and definitely looking forward to more conversation, man. We got a whole nother hour left, so yeah.
That's what's up. Appreciate that. Let's jump into some more stories here. We obviously ain't taking no break. This is the break right here. Here we go. We're gonna take a little food break. That's what we'll do. Because they still talking about it in the chat. Brooke says, "Get your brown rice and quinoa." That's what's up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She said, "Beans and lentils is what's up." I like the sound of that. Miss E says, "I got beans on the stove most weekends." Where are you at? Let's see. Facebook user said, she says, "I smoked turkey for mine." Okay.
Yeah.
Smoked turkey and the beans.
I'm telling you, the turkey parts, man.
I figured out how to make a vegan bean. You know, I go vegan 6 months out of the year.
Okay.
So I figured out how to make a vegan bean. It's pretty all right. Pretty all right.
Check you out.
Blackly Black says, "You guys are awesome. That's a lot of equipment to carry on a flight." Yeah, I found that out too.
The hard way.
The hard way. The hit you in the pocket way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But it is what it is. You know, like I said, this is our first of many of these, and we're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right and narrow it down. I can already see how to improve it. You know how we do. We're gonna do this, so we're gonna keep on refining it as we go.
Yeah,
that's just the nature of what we're doing.
And also, this is kind of something different for us as we're out here in California. We're not only doing this show, but we're also filming some of the things that we're doing. So we're not just going to these places, but we're filming. So we are working on some other content to bring to you guys that we're kind of excited about as well.
Yeah, super interesting stuff to check out. So that's what we got to make this. We figured out that us having these conversations, this is where it all begins. It begins with you guys. We have these conversations. This is what happens, and we have these subjects that we deep dive into, and now it's time to supplement that with other conversations with people, clips of other people talking about some things, just a lot of just more content that can supplement what it is we're talking about, because the goal here is to mobilize. That's really what the goal is. So we can see some things in action that we can get together more on that. And we're going to be bringing some more content that kind of shows how we want to do that and all that kind of stuff. So that's what's up. Wanda Lewis says, "What's your Cash App?" I will find mine and put that in there for you, and then move that on to First Sky Omaha. I tried to do a First Sky Omaha Cash App. They didn't let me do it yet. There's something about the business is too new. I can't quite. I didn't look into it too much further, but we appreciate that. We'll send you our personal one, and then we can throw it in the First Sky Omaha account when we get it.
Okay.
She said that's the easiest way. Yeah, we'll try to make it happen. We'll try to make it happen.
You can also always go to firstskyOmaha.com/donate if you'd like to.
True that.
Like to give.
Trial and error makes you greater. That's right.
Man.
That's right. That's what we're doing. I should actually feel very positive about this. I mean, we made it happened.
It's happening.
The only thing that we don't have is the music, but they can hear us, they can see us. They're the ones that stuck with us, like when we first started this show, and they were like, "We can't hear you. There's some echo going on," like all the stuff that we were doing. So, Mama God says, "Fly Southwest when you have lots of equipment." Buddy would tell you I fly with a whole freezer for the family to get together on Southwest.
Yeah, actually, after this, we'll have to talk about this Walmart trip because we gotta get some things. Yeah. Mama Dukes put me on the grocery shopping when you travel rather than spending the money out eating all the time.
Dude,
we got the fridge.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm totally with that.
Hey, that's a tip, man. If any of y'all traveling during this recession, don't go out to eat. Go to the nearest grocery store, get you some fruit cups. Get you, if you don't have a fridge, maybe bring you a cooler with some ice, and try to cut some costs.
And if you're really hard up, Leah Keiser says Powerball up to $1 billion now. So
yeah, if you're feeling lucky, if you feel that hand itching.
My hand been itching too. Don't say that.
Hey, don't scratch it then. Just rub it. Just rub it. That's how you get your money.
Von Chapman says, "Get lunch or dinner at Everett and Jones Soul Food Barbecue near Yoshi's in Oakland." Ask Curly Martin.
Okay.
That's some of the tips that we needed right there.
Okay.
Appreciate you. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. And also she said, that's right. That's why I get hotels with a kitchen. Yeah, with that
My Dukes,
little kitchen.
my Dukes never before she used to bring the hot plate and be in the kitchen cooking, or be in the hotel room cooking on the hot plate. But now we get the rooms with the kitchen. Yeah, yeah.
That's what's up, man. I like that. I like that a lot. Brick says, yeah, I like to get hotels with a full kitchen. Yep. We're looking for Airbnbs when we're out here, man. We got to the airport. I rented a car from a cat who has an Airbnb. I wish I'd have known him before,
Man,
because he's pretty close to where we're at right now, and he has one. And I'm like, yeah, that's the last time I went to Hawaii. That's what we did.
you got the
Was rent the
Airbnb.
Airbnb and just went grocery shopping and hooked it up. So got to do it. I don't trust a lot of foods out here in the first place, man. There's
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of messed up stuff. Cooking on your own, and I always like to hit a city and look for the farmers market too, and see what's happening there. I've learned that when I travel, I have to act like I got some sense with food when I travel.
oh yeah.
Like,
You can't be taking risks, man. You got stuff to do.
I used to be taking risks before, but not anymore, man. Not anymore. Like, eat lighter, eat cleaner, eat less frequently. Like, all these things will make your trips
Better.
way better.
But I will say, man, shout out to my man Rivy, man. Put us on to the pupusas yesterday. Had my first pupusa yesterday. Fire.
First of all, you had your first Filipino food the day before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brooke, we hit a spot, some straight up lumpia, all that stuff the first day. The second day, pupusaria, we done found some spots. But I have been looking for some soul food around here. Everybody keeps on talking about some barbecue to get down on. We'll see what's up there. Definitely gonna check it out. Let's see. Ron Chapman said I told him Flint's. What does he say about? Oh, Flint's is gone, so E&J it is. Okay, so we'll
There's a
definitely
couple
check it out.
spots.
I was actually thinking about that. I forgot to look yesterday. I thought that we were gonna, since we are gonna be out that way, check out what was happening at Yoshi's, because I bet you some of the fellas are playing down there and we forgot. But anyway, we're about to see them all play anyway, so it don't matter. Yeah. Let's see. Black Dynamite says I had a hot hand at dice, baby girl. Akon, Dave Chappelle. Okay, that's what's up. Mama God says I win first Sky going to next level because I will 100% sponsor. You guys will be first Sky in the world.
Hey, that's the plan. That's what we're working towards.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Mama God.
That's what's up. All right. Who said Lumpia? The Lumpia King is it. E40 backed him. What? Tell us who. First of all, who said that, and then tell us what that's about. Okay, that's what's up. There's a Lumpia King out here in the Bay. What's going on?
Let us know.
Mama God said, Paul, be careful. Buddy's sleep eating different foods. Then he will get sick on you. How come Mama God just
outed me. She just threw the whole bus.
Be careful. Don't throw him too nothing too different.
I do have a sensitive stomach. I'll be honest, but I know my limits. I listen to my body. I don't know, man. I did get sick on the last family trip.
Bro, I'm picturing you as a little kid now, like on a trip with your mama, just throwing up. Just
no, that was me as a grown man last month. That's what she's talking about, man. I was going through it, man. Crawling on the ground, moaning, praying to the porcelain gods. Yeah, it was.
Dang.
Yeah,
what did you eat?
I don't know, man. I want to say it was the steak kebabs we had, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, long story short, gotta be careful.
Auntie Gail's in the house. What's happening, Gail? She says, "Where are you?" I'm just tuning on. We're in Concord, California.
Yeah. Apparently, it's Concord. Apparently,
in between San Francisco and Napa Valley. We're going to Napa Valley for the Blue Note Jazz Festival that's happening this weekend. Make some connections. We got to end. So what happened was because Curly Martin is a mentor and a friend of mine, and a drum legend in Omaha that we're in the world that we're actually shooting a little film and put some things together to kind of capture his story. His son is Terrence Martin. If you don't know who Terrence Martin is, shame on you. Look him up. Shame on you. Look him up.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, old school. You got to check it out. And talk about his contributions. His contributions to the world of music is incredible, and he does everything from. He got off a tour with Herbie Hancock last year, and Snoop Dogg put him on. So I mean, he's the whole realm of hip hop jazz. This man has been doing some great things. So we became friends, and he's touring around playing with Robert Glasper right now. Chris Dave, Thundercat's going to be there. It's a huge deal, and he invited us to come out and hang with him a little bit and meet some of these folks, because we've been talking about trying to bring some people back to Omaha, and in order for us to do some shows and stuff like that. So we really want to kind of open Omaha up to what's jazz is doing now, because it's very important. What jazz is doing now is what Omaha hasn't been paying too much attention to, unfortunately. Like, who signed the Blue Note these days?
Man,
is a little bit more important than rehashing everybody else from the past all the time. It's great that we have black classical music to fall back on and learn from, but it's also great that we have young cats that are continuing and expanding the tradition. The Stretch Music Cat's gonna be there. Can't remember his name.
King Ajua.
King Ajua, yeah. So, and he's opened up a whole new genre of music called Stretch that he created. So there's some young, passionate innovators here that are stretching this music out in a huge way, and we want to expose Omaha to that. That's uplifting the black culture right there, is to see these cats do this highest art form that there is right now. So,
man. And Whitney Richardson actually in the chat says, "I'm jealous. Those are my people. Please bring them all here."
Man,
that's the goal.
Dave Chappelle hosting.
That's the goal. Erykah Badu, Jazzy Jeff DJ in the after party. We're gonna be in there. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Look, Erykah Badu's DJ name is Downtown Loretta Brown, and that's who I'm actually trying to bring, Downtown Loretta Brown to Omaha.
Man. We're here to make these connections so we can bring them to you. That's the whole point. Again, is to bring Omaha to the world and bring the world to Omaha.
Bro, I'm about to see what's going on here with this Lumpia
King. Hey, we out here, man, for a couple more days.
Soul roll. That's what's up. Mama God said beef.
I'm telling you, man, that red meat. I'm trying to cut it.
I'm trying to cut it, bro.
Cut it.
I need to cut it. What's going on here? Y'all talking in the chat. I gotta get this.
Yeah, Miss E. I think she's still talking about the Lumpia King.
It's the dude, huh? Black Dynamite says, it's funny you say that. I asked my brother last week, why is it that as a musician, why do you have to be from somewhere else other than Omaha to make it in music nowadays? A lot of Omaha cats say that. It's really every hometown.
Yeah.
You whatever hometown you from, they're like, oh, he ain't nothing. You got to go out of town and then come back and then you're something. It's not just Omaha that's like that. Just has something to do with you. I think it has something to do with like your peers. You're coming up with other people that see how you're coming up, and you guys see each other coming up, and so there's a familiarity there where you're just like, well, I can do that. We grew up doing that together. Like, why is he getting all this recognition type of thing?
Yep.
And then sometimes you got to go out of town and be recognized by other people and let them tell your story in a way that makes your hometown look at you different.
And they appreciate you more. That's just kind of the way it is, man. Even me living in Atlanta, you would think a place like Atlanta, like if you live in Atlanta, you just got it made as an artist, and it's not. That's not the case. You got to have the right relationships, be around the right people. It's just because you're in the area doesn't necessarily mean that you're automatically going to win. So, and quite honestly, there are some people from Omaha that are doing some things, man. Big shout out to Marcy Yates making some moves.
Bro, Tamika Johnson just
she's blowing your mind. Just so. All right.
Tamika Johnson says, if y'all bring Badu to Omaha, I'm getting pregnant so she can be my doula.
I guess these are the opportunities that we're trying to bring to Omaha. I guess that's what it is.
That is hilarious. Who else says something? Whitney Richardson says, I will fall out if Erykah comes here. Yeah, man. Okay,
we're working on it.
We are definitely working.
We're working on it. For you.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. If I talk to her, I'm definitely gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, there's somebody in Omaha that will get pregnant just for you to be her doula, so you can come out." Also, that was hilarious. That just struck me as too funny. Who else? Yeah, there you go. Oh, Pops is talking. Okay, you guys are having some conversations amongst yourselves.
Yeah, the chat is kind of going off. We appreciate that.
Yep. Black Dynamite said, I saw Badu in Denver last month at Red Rock. Insane.
I'm telling you, man. I missed a chance to see her in Atlanta. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Pop said, "What are you talking about? Side Effect took me there when we were recording their fourth album. That's what's up. I'm gonna have to go back and see what Von Chapman and Pops is talking about because I'm learning some stuff I didn't know, some history." It is 8:26 already. I'm glad you guys are hanging with us. We're just keeping it loose today for sure. Definitely got some other things we want to jump into before we get out of here. So,
Yeah, man.
if you believe in the concept of time, we got about a half an hour left, and not many haps today. I know that it's going to be one of them kind of days where we're going to have to generate the haps where we're at, and that's just what's going on for
There's
that.
a few. There's a few.
Okay, a few things that's going on. Brooke says you saw Most Def and Jay Electronica. I saw here with Most. Man. Oh, you saw Erica Badu with Most Def and Jay Electronica. That's crazy.
Okay.
Brooke, you done seen some shows. That's what's up. What am I seeing about black artists from Omaha? Hold on. Man, come on. Oh, Von Chapman says one way to expand the music consciousness in Omaha is to ask the Omaha Symphony Orchestra to play with or behind any of the black jazz artists from Omaha.
That's a good idea.
I like that idea a
That's
lot.
a good idea. I think Curly hasn't played with the symphony.
I don't know. Man, you never know. Curly done everything. It seems like to me.
He's had a few shows at the Holland, and I want to say that.
I don't think in Omaha he has. I don't think that's it. I've never even heard of that in Omaha or seen that. So I'd like to see that.
It's an idea.
That's what's up. I like that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and move on to a couple other things that we want to try to get out before we get out of here. And so, buddy, what you got? What you want to take it away?
Yeah. We'll jump into some of the city council things that are coming out. Kind of rounding back around to the conversation that we were having about the charter.
Okay.
And this being reported by Omaha World Herald, the city council is considering 10 of 24 suggested changes to the Omaha charter. Again, one of the big ones is Mayor Stothert trying to still maintain control and power in the city while she's out of town, possibly in St. Louis. But again, Omaha City Council members for now will consider fewer than half of the suggested changes. After 7 meetings, the 15-member charter convention earlier this month again approved 24 proposed amendments to the city charter. And the council will then decide whether to send the amendments on to the November ballot for voter approval. So that is, again, the next step in this process. Those whatever city council approves as those proposals will go to the ballot for voter approval. But again, amending 24 charter sections this November is not a manageable number for voters in Douglas County. That is a lot of items to vote on top of all of the positions and seats that are open. Again, 24 different things to vote on top of everyone running for office is quite a bit to vote for. But again, the 10 proposals that are being considered by city council could possibly find their way to the November ballot. And the proposal for Mayor Gene Stothert prompted, of course, a debate on the capabilities and limits of new technology, as well as whether Omaha needs a clear line of mayoral responsibility in times of emergency. So again, the biggest proposed change with Mayor Stothert leaving and maintaining power is still one of the ones being considered. Actually, currently the charter requires city council president to serve as acting mayor whenever Mayor Stothert leaves Omaha. So there is kind of a power struggle between the mayor and the city council president if the mayor leaves to maintain that power. And again, the current law allows the mayor to remain in power while traveling for up to 5 days. So once she gets closer to that week mark, she will lose that power. And let's see. The proposal and other items not considered this year aren't written off completely, so there is still a chance for the other proposals. The city council and potentially voters will have the chance to consider the remaining suggestions again in 2024. So, although this convention is held every so many years, there is another opportunity. It looks like for everyone to weigh in on all 24 proposals.
Whitney in the chat says, "When is the mayor's term up? Just curious. Not from here, but she don't seem popular at all." Well, Wanda Lewis says she's got 3 more years.
Yep.
She may not seem popular, but she's on her 3rd term, which nobody ever did before.
Yep.
Number one, she's extremely popular with
certain groups,
with the majority groups here. I'll say that. Very unpopular with a lot of other people. including us. That's why we call her Mean
Mean
Gene.
Gene.
Yep. So, and yeah, she's gonna be around for a little minute, and
Yeah.
there's always something always going on. But yeah, not we I want to start thinking she got 3 more years. I'm like, let's start now trying to figure out
Man,
something.
we have to get ahead of it because she's up to her usual shenanigans, man. Not only again is she proposing to maintain power for multiple weeks at a time while she's out of town doing God knows what, but she's also asking for more money. Omaha Mayor Gene Stothert is proposing a higher city budget for next year, but the increase in expenses won't lead to increased taxes. Thankfully, instead, the city's tax levy will stay flat, thanks in part to rising revenue from property taxes, sales taxes, and the city's restaurant tax. Stothert has presented her 2023 budget proposal, in which she is asking for millions and millions of dollars. Or again, property taxes are estimated to increase, and the restaurant tax is also expected to increase. Where she is expecting for that money to come from. But right now, the 2023 general fund proposal is $474 million, which is about a 4% increase from the 2022 budget.
Mm.
Which I want to bring out because this is a part of us following the money. This is very interesting to look at. What has Jean Stothert done with the money that she's received so far?
I mean, when her husband died and they tried to send her money, she said send it to the police department.
So there's that. But big shout out to Dewan Hayes, who actually laid out quite eloquently where a lot of these TIF funds and how Omaha is spending its dollars. And apparently, a lot of them, or almost all of these organizations and companies that are receiving these funds, are tied to something called Heritage Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
This is again according to a post from Dewan that you can actually find on Friends of First Sky Omaha. But he breaks down, 63 million to the Mutual of Omaha skyscraper, 4 million to Lund Real Estate Company and White Lotus Group for 1401 Jones Street lease. 300,000 for Noodle Company, 700,000 for the demolition, not just the building, but just to tear down the library is 700,000, and that's just a few of the projects. But a total of $607 million have been spent on just the library skyscraper streetcar project downtown.
Mm-hmm. Heritage is a company that we're familiar with. A friend of mine actually, Rachel Jacobson, started working there. We had her on the show, and she talked a lot about what was going on with the science center that
Another multi-million-dollar project.
Another multi-million-dollar project in the library, and she graciously came on to answer some questions about those things. They're going to have they come up with a lot of money. They raise a lot of money for some of these things. It's not just the city's money and TIF funds and so on. It's money that they raise as well. So there's a lot to it. But Von Chapman really has the point. Not one of these charter amendments addressed poverty in Omaha, nor did any of the city council members ask that poverty be addressed. So there's always going to be movement. There's always stuff going around. There's always, like Von Chapman says, the mayor could always quit and run for mayor in Kansas City or Iowa. We can talk about the restaurant tax. We can go on and on about any of these things. But bottom line is, there's not enough talking about people. Things that people need. The needs. Property taxes already increased. I bought the house in January and received notice this week that my mortgage is going up over $150 a month due to property taxes. That's Miss E. The Noodle Company. Not sure what that's going on.
It's their lease.
Oh, okay. Wow.
A couple $100,000 for a 10-year lease.
Hey, that's great. I like noodles. Gail says, if your property taxes rise and restaurant taxes, how is that not raising taxes? I need clarification.
I guess it's just not raising income taxes, but yeah. Property taxes.
Yeah. She says, Miss E says, my property valuation wasn't increased. It would have been worse if it had. It's just the basic tax increase. That's crazy. The house ain't not necessarily worth more. It's just
going up.
Right. Black Dynamite says, Jean just out here making rain and forgetting she got stuff to do tomorrow. She got places to go and husbands to visit.
Man.
So anyway, yeah, I like that we're keeping track of a lot of this stuff too, and just and shout out to Dewan,
man, laying it out.
He's a straight up journalist, bro. He gonna dig on you and find out what's going on. I'd like to, since that is a friend of mine, Rachel Jacobson. I'd like to have another conversation and see dig a little deeper in what's going on with Heritage, based on a lot of the stuff that Dewan pointed out, which I think is interesting. But like I said, she came on and told us about some of these things. The projects are going to get done. It is really Gene and them making the decisions on what money gets spent where and
just
why.
Arbitrarily.
Right. And I think that Heritage has done, as far as Heritage is concerned, they're the vehicle.
And then that's the thing. That's the thing. Again, to kind of wrap up what Dewan is saying, he says, and also this 607 million is not including the civic auditorium site that they're going to be building, or the new kid prison, quote unquote, that they're going to be building. 120 million towards that. And again, every single person or corporation benefiting from these companies. Again, Kiewit Corporation and HDR and Burlington Capital are some of the main companies that's doing all of this. And every single person or corporation benefiting, again, is tied in some way, shape, or form to Heritage Omaha. So when you say that, this is the vehicle, we definitely got to bring them back on to have some conversations. But as Dewan says, they are straight up robbing us for the things we didn't vote on.
Where's Dewan's article?
It's on Friends of First Guy. You reposted it. Talk about here we go.
Yeah. I was wondering where if he got that published somewhere, or that was just a post of his.
That was just a post.
Yeah.
A quite eloquently put diatribe.
There you go. Wanda Lewis says Dewan Lamont Hayes showed up at City Council this past Tuesday. He's not playing.
Yeah, and that's a part of the call. I didn't mention it because it already passed, but yeah, he says, I highly recommend you come speak up at the Omaha City Council on Tuesday, July 26th, 2 p.m. and later, because our city council's officials are robbing us in broad daylight.
Sound like he back in action.
Yeah.
He ran for mayor last year.
I was just gonna say, if you don't remember, again, this ain't somebody who's just speaking. Like, he ran for mayor. He's putting boots to the ground. He's trying to do what he can.
He started noise. He's trying to make some still. That's what's up.
Man, no, ain't no trying. He's definitely making some noise. So we definitely want to point that out. Follow the money, y'all. And he breaks it down. Just go Friends of Sky Omaha. Check out this breakdown and follow the money.
There you go. Black Dynamite says Heritage Group sounds like the Omaha version of the 1%.
Hey,
some 1%ers in the group, I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
They do have the money. They handle the money. I feel like if you get too far deep into these things, you're battling capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Like, rich people gonna have some money. There's gonna be some money out there. We until the whole system gets changed. There's going to be people with money. So my question is, like, what can we influence them to do right with it, or to quit doing wrong with it is more of the thing. And to, because really they have it because we gave it to them.
Yeah, as far as the tax dollars,
right.
Yeah. But also, there's other money out there in the form of venture capitalists and things like that. So also, how do we get some of that? And just because, as you mentioned, rich people are going to do what they do with their money. How can we get some money to do what we need to do?
Good question.
We're going to figure it out together.
Thanks for all of your comments on these subjects. Continue to bring those, spark those, and let us know about some people that you think we need to be having on to ask them some direct questions. Because just want to stress again about this show. Even though that we get donations from you, and we have members and sponsors, and we appreciate that. We also take grant money as well. But all the grant money that we ever taken are from organizations that do not tell us what to do and say. Otherwise, we wouldn't take it. So the whole purpose of this is to have infinite spiritual conversations, open and authentic. That's the word I'm looking for. Authentic conversations, and to talk about what we want to talk about, and say what we want to say, and ask the questions we want to ask. So let us know, and we'll always who we should have on. We'll reach out to them and bring them on and ask the questions that they are not getting asked by other people. As a matter of fact, Mama God says the more we learn about their game, the more they collude to hide the game.
Facts.
Very interesting. Talking to that artist friend of yours yesterday, man, a friend of mine now too.
Yeah.
Really kind of. I was thinking about some things that he said about playing the game. He was talking about the diamond game, but playing the game, there's always a game. There's always something going on. That there's rules that are made up by the people that are running the games, running their own games, and really like all you need is the information of the game in order to master it, in order for you to go in and use it against them if need be, or whatever the deal is. So
chess, not checkers.
Right. So really, like that's why this is so important. This is the information. This is how we're disseminating information, gathering information, talking amongst ourselves. These First Sky Omaha really is in the morning is really a show that talks amongst ourselves and shares information with each other so that we can play the game better. That's what this is about. So, so yeah, keep that coming. Appreciate that. Like Mama God said, the more we learn about their game, the more they collude to hide the game. That's fine. We'll figure out what they hid and keep on playing. You know what I'm saying? Use it against them, whatever the deal is. So yeah, for number one thing, understanding. Got to understand this stuff in the first place. So now that I'm now that Dewan has written this piece, now I'm like, okay, I got some other questions for my friend. Maybe we should talk to Rachel Jacobson again and have her on and talk a little bit more about heritage.
Yeah, definitely.
We asked her when she was on, and we'll go back and look at that show, but when she was on, we asked her some pretty hard questions about where they get the money. You know, she's the one that kind of made it clear to me that they're a tool. They're going to help build these things and help do these things, but other people are making decisions on what things go where. You know what I'm saying? So they'll deal with the money side of it, and they'll deal with the logistics and so on and so forth. But they're not the ones that decided that there's going to be a science center on the riverfront. That was Mean Gene and them. So again, putting people in the seats that they need to be in seems like the most important thing to me. Still,
yeah. I mean, you see, Juanita Johnson, $250,000 in Coots Park.
There you go. And it seems to be a good thing. The premiere, let's see, who's talking about? Rose Review says if you're debt free, you are recession proof. There you go.
Okay.
That's one thing to definitely do. Black Dynamite said that's the premiere of Netflix Squid Games. All you have is the rules, and they slowly change to keep things hidden.
Man, have you seen Squid Games?
Nah, bro. I'm not with the gore and stuff. I thought somebody said it was way too gory. I was like,
it is a little gory, but the premise is quite interesting.
Sounds like it. I like that premise. I like what you just said about that. That's very interesting, for sure. 8:44, if you believe in the concept of time, got about 15 more minutes left in the show. Again, just if you're just joining us, we are live from California right now, live from the Bay Area.
Bay Area.
We are here for the Napa Valley Blue Note Festival that's happening this weekend. And we're in a hotel room right now with a temporary setup. We're going to do a lot more of this kind of traveling setup thing. So we appreciate everybody that's getting that Rodecaster 2. Now that the music ain't working, I've made the decision. It's going down.
All right.
So there it is.
In real time.
Brooke says, who's going to Maha? Maha is happening this weekend as well. Also,
Vincent
Days is happening this weekend. We're missing some things. Von Chapman says, when you look at those members of the Heritage Foundation who underwrite Heritage Foundation who underwrite Heritage Foundation are the same philanthropists who have a major investment in the Nebraska prison industrial complex and are the same people who own or control 24th and Lake, 75 North, Spark, Fabric Lab, the Highlander.
And on that note, my final story is about Warren Buffett.
Big Warren.
Big Warren, who has a hand in cookies in the jar.
A thing or two.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the things that Brother Von Chapman just laid out. 75 North, Fabric Lab.
Now, is that Warren Buffett or is that Susie Buffett that's part of that stuff?
Where is Susie getting the money?
Well, Susie they making their own money too.
So it's Berkshire Hathaway.
Berkshire Hathaway is Warren Buffett's company. Susie's company is, what's the name of Susie's company?
While you look into that, I'll let you know what's going on with Berkshire Hathaway.
All right.
Because they're in some hot water, man. It's quite interesting. Thank you, Von Chapman, for making that comment. Again, Berkshire Hathaway, owned by billionaire Warren Buffett, is in some hot water, man. Being sued for its hand in redlining in Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Delaware. And that's according to the Department of Justice, who just on Wednesday said that they are being they are settling. This is actually the second largest redlining settlement in history. A Trident Mortgage Company, which is a division of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services, deliberately avoided writing mortgages in minority majority neighborhoods in West Philadelphia, like Malcolm X Park, Camden, New Jersey, and in Wilmington, Delaware. This, according to the Justice Department and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, in a settlement statement with Trident. As a part of the agreement with the government, Trident will have to set aside $20 million to make loans in underserved neighborhoods. Trident's unlawful redlining activity denied communities of color equal access to residential mortgages, stripped them of the opportunity to build wealth, and to value properties in their neighborhoods. This, according to Kristen Clark, who's Attorney General of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division, and she made this in a prepared statement. Also, Senator Vincent Hughes, who's a Democrat from Philadelphia, grew up a few blocks from the West Philadelphia Park where the news conference on the settlement was held. He said portions of his life have been framed by the discriminatory lending practices that prevented Black and brown communities from building wealth. So we're talking about following the money. And my question to the peanut gallery is, what are the chances that these practices were also followed in Omaha?
Good question.
There's a wide majority of Berkshire Hathaway properties in Omaha. And then, of course, we all know about some of the other information or some of the other investments. That's what I'm looking for, that, the Buffetts have made throughout the Omaha area. So what are the thoughts?
It's a good question. In the chat, they're talking about Susie Buffett. Her company's called Sherwood. But Von Chapman says it's all Warren Buffett.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, Wanda Lewis says Susie has many companies. Josh Tate says Sherwood does get money from multiple places, but guaranteed Warren is a contributor, even if anonymous. I don't even think it's anonymous. I think he definitely contributes to his daughter's fund. Think of the others that have been found out. Right, Whitney Richardson says that week $20 million.
Yeah.
Yep. And they'll spend it as if they are focusing that money voluntarily and intentionally to attract more money from Black and brown people. Mm-hmm. Facebook use says not shocked at all. I'm thinking about so when we're talking about the areas that we're talking about, the 24th and 24th and Lake Street area, definitely Sherwood based more so. And I'm getting the feeling that you guys are all saying this, but it all comes from Warren Buffett. Like he's the catalyst behind that. Don't quite know about that. I know that Susie Buffett had her own reasons for investing in North Omaha and the stuff that she was doing with North Omaha. Even buying and renovating some of those buildings that she can then give back to people that can buy them and take them over. We were talking about a deal that we were looking at over there on the 24th and Lake Street area that was similar. So there's some things that she's been doing over there on her own fruition. I don't know if it's part of the Berkshire Hathaway plan. I do see a lot of Berkshire Hathaway signs all around those areas though for properties that are being sold. And so this is I just thought as soon as I saw it and put it up, I was like, uh-oh, Warren's in trouble.
Yeah, and how many of those areas or how many of those Berkshire Hathaway houses fall in areas that Chris Bowling was talking about with these racial covenants?
The old racial covenants that people still act on.
Yeah, man.
Facebook just, I think this is Kimmer Snipes says, kind of like that 19 million the mayor trying to slide to the library. They've been asking for money for years. Now that Mean Gene has pissed librarians off. Now that she's pissed them off, why she want to slide them some change? Yeah, that's a good question. That's very interesting. You're right. They've been in a kind of a battle with her for a minute. Now all of a sudden she's giving them some loot. She says she's either a gangster or a really good actress.
Follow the money. Let's follow. Where is it going? Where is it coming from?
Whether it's directly Berkshire Hathaway or not, she's exploiting North Omaha and destroying small business. That's what he is saying.
There was a lot of hoopla and a lot of people who were kind of concerned when news broke that Susie, specifically Susie, was investing in like 100 and some, 150, 120 or some properties in North Omaha. If you remember when that news broke,
Yep.
A lot of people were concerned about that. And then you had, projects like the mental health facility that's going to be on like 52nd.
Mm-hmm.
That old church there that was coming up, and then there were some people in the community who was concerned about it and things like that. So yeah, there's. I think we should just pay closer attention.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't say everything that they have their hands on is with the intent to exploit, but these questions still need to be asked.
Well, in the context of this article, we can start doing some specific digging on whether or not they did the kind of redlining in Omaha that they did in this other area that we that's the new news for me. Is like, oh, okay, they got caught doing some redlining somewhere else. Did it happen in the hometown? Did it happen in the home base? I mean, how did it not? Von Chapman says, bottom line, with all the money the philanthropists have invested, none of their money has addressed poverty in the North Omaha community. I mean, when it comes down to it, there's still major poverty. There's still major problems. There's still not affordable housing. There's still food deserts. There's still poverty.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's hard to keep up. Library, ARPA, HUD, nonprofit industrial complex. Yeah. It does kind of feel like that. And who's in control of all this money? It's only when you follow the money, it only goes back to a few.
Yeah.
So do we need to do more than just keep an eye on it? I think there should be some investigating. I'm calling for some investigative reporting on whether or not the Omaha was getting redlined the same way.
And if Berkshire Hathaway had a point or Trident or any of the other companies that might follow under the umbrella of Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah. So there you go. Matt Wynn calling you out. Chris Bowling. I want to see some journalists dig deep and look at some of these things because you guys are already on that tip. You guys are already looking at the data. Chris, you're already writing about this thing, and now there's hard evidence in other areas that the company who headquarters here in Omaha, Nebraska, has been doing this. I can't imagine that it hasn't been happening in our neighborhoods the way that we have to deal with some of the poverty in some of these areas that we are.
And just look at how segregated Omaha is.
I mean,
it had to be that way somewhere.
Those covenants that are what didn't you say they're still
some
on
of them
on paper?
Some of them are still on the book. Some of the signatures you can still find. And if you're not familiar with that article, please go to thereader.com to check out that article, the latest work from Chris Bowling, again on racial covenants in Omaha and how they've been used.
Yep. Facebook user, not sure who that is. When we ran for mayor, she sat up in North bragging about Omaha's unemployment rate. Meanwhile, the zip code she was sitting in had fluctuated in double digits.
Yep, I remember that.
Brooke says we need reparations.
Yep.
To start with, let's see. The Buffetts made their money on the backs of the minority folks who can least afford it. Okay, Von Chapman. Brianna Full in the house. What's happening, Brianna? Good to see you. She says, I don't agree with philanthropist money. I don't agree that philanthropist money hasn't helped address poverty in North Omaha at all. Okay. Whitney Richardson's talking to Brooke. Yeah, you don't agree that philanthropist money hasn't helped address poverty in North Omaha at all. I don't know about the at all part, but I feel like there's nothing that's addressed poverty enough to make any change, any palpable changes here. In as far as poverty in North Omaha, everything looks the same to me than it did when I got in town in 2010, and when I lived here in 1995. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm sure it's probably helped here and there on individual levels in small programs and so on and so forth, but.
And I think that's the big thing, going back to how we started the show, talking about the ARPA funds and what Justin Wayne is asking for. And, you mentioned that Justin Wayne has said that, some of this money has come in to the community before, but in what way? Where did it go? And the important thing that they're pointing out again is programs. A lot of these philanthropists and a lot of they invest in programs and programming, and it creates jobs and does impact, I think, on, like you said, on an individual small level, a case by case basis. The people who are involved in these various programs. But what we're talking about is a more wider, broad change to just the whole system of Omaha. Like we're talking about more
Yeah.
jobs,
Right.
affordable, like not just affordable housing, but housing that people can literally afford. You know what I'm saying? Not just a buzzword, but people actually being able to get into get a roof over their head and not have to work 3 or 4 jobs to maintain it.
Right. Uh, in the chat, she's let me see. Whitney Richardson said these people are billionaires. If they wanted to seriously, I'm losing it, address poverty, they could do way more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they could do way more. That's
That's the
kind of
thing.
right. That's
Not
the
just
thing.
programs, but long lasting systemic change.
I always talk about this example I heard in some leadership classes about this lake theory and how if the lake is poisoned, then every fish in the lake is getting jacked up. What we tend to do is go aid a fish at a time here and there, but that doesn't address, we might save some. It doesn't really address that the lake is poisoned and that even the new ones to come are going to be sitting in the same poison. You have to address the bigger issue, address the lake, fix the poverty on a like you said, on a systemic level, on a bigger level. It
Right.
can't just be programs that bail people out of stuff when they need it here or there.
Look at Brianna Full. She says, "Well, personally, the Buffett Foundation paid for my college degree, which helped me get a higher paying job. And mind you, I came from poverty." And that's kind of the nuance in the conversation. I don't want to say like the Buffetts and all the philanthropy is bad and it's ill intent. But also on the, like, yes, I know plenty of Buffett scholars who went to college and now have a decent job, that live in Omaha and are providing for their children and living, what some people will say, a decent life. But I also know people who are living in Omaha still struggling, still addicted to drugs. You know what I mean? Still living a real life. So we can pull out many individual cases of how the Buffetts and how all of these programs have impacted people, and maybe how those people are now impacting their community. But we're talking about, again, a systemic change
Yeah.
to affect how people, everyone, lives their lives.
And I think that's really the point. The point here is that it there could be more thought and more money put to a problem just by thinking of how it can solve everybody's problem, and we can systemically change things. Um, it all every time I see situations where one or two people are getting helped, it feels like the first thought. Okay, well, let's just throw them some money. Let's see what we can do to help these particular individuals, these particular stories that made you want to feel like helping. It's not if it's a failure if you have these resources and you do not go and address the reason why these people are in this situation in the first place. It's not all everybody's the individual's fault all the time. We are living in a situation where there's a system that oppresses, that keeps things the way they are, and that's where the failure comes in. You can throw some dollars to certain people here or there and save a little bit of face in your circle, but for the most part, if you better keep on making the machine churn out the workers and so on and so forth. You better keep on. You don't mess up don't shake up the system. Well, I think what we're saying here is that it's a failure on the backs of these billionaires if they are not addressing the system, if they're not putting money into fixing the system.
But also, is it, and this is just a thought, is it a farce on our end to expect these billionaires to change the system that helped make them a billionaire?
I mean, that's the question. I can't see I can't see them working against their own interest that way. I can't see that.
Like Von Chapman says, the Buffetts have helped some, but are responsible for displacing many more.
Miss Erica Feld says, I don't believe you'll find a philanthropist organization that doesn't do some good. The problem is weighing the good versus the bad. I also think we can call good people out when they are not doing right or can do better. Heck, sometimes better pull my coat. Better pull my coat when they see me doing something wrong. Right. I mean, there's just more. There's more that can be done. There's more that can be done. Von Chapman says the Buffets have helped some, but are responsible for displacing so many more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another part of it. The displacement that happens in these areas when they go in and quote unquote invest.
Yeah, we still don't know what happened to the people displaced by 75 North and some of the other projects.
There you go. Miss E says they have to show how they benefit in order to continue receiving donations. Very interesting stuff. Obviously, we're going to be talking about this a lot more. We always do this kind of evergreen topic for us as well, especially when it comes to when we talk about the Buffetts. I thought I cannot wait when I saw that Warren Buffett with the story about Berkshire Hathaway. So I cannot wait to talk to the chat about this because there's some strong feelings about the Buffett's involvement in our neighborhoods in a big way, and now I'm really anxious to see if somebody can pull out some information excuse me, on whether or not the redlining happened in our areas as blatantly as it did there. We know that there's people were living by these old covenants and stuff like that, and it's been on we know it's been happening kind of behind the scenes, but can we point it out the way it got pointed out in this other city?
Yeah, as the Attorney General, who's actually running for governor of Philadelphia, or excuse me, of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro calls it. He says Trident has engaged in systemic racism, pure and simple. He's not parsing any words. So, yeah, I mean, we got to hold the people accountable and call it what it is, and holding you accountable and calling you out for your BS doesn't necessarily mean that you're a horrible person or necessarily a bad guy.
Very true. And with that, we will leave it there. It is a little past 9 o'clock already, so we're going to shut it down. And another heated, hot discussion here going on about this subject. We will definitely pick up and continue about later. Put some more thought into it, and definitely put evidence of things in the chat if you are so inclined to do so. One last comment here. I got Brianna Full saying, I think they are addressing the system, but it takes a lot of time. It's not going to happen overnight or even in 5 to 10 years. My question to y'all, do you want them out of North Omaha in general? What do you want from them? Good question. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to answer that right now. I'll leave it there. Von Chapman says their intent and the motive behind their intent appears about as massive land grab in North Omaha. Does appear that way. Rome's Review says America, European laws, African culture, and never an indigenous leader.
Woo! Now that's a mouthful.
And we'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us today. We will be back.
Are we going to do this Monday?
We just might do this Monday, yeah, because we won't be. I just found out that we won't be leaving till later on in the afternoon on Monday, so we can do this Monday. Should we go ahead and call and say we're going to do this Monday?
Honestly, I don't know how Sunday is going to go.
Well, if we say we're going to do it Monday, then we have to make Sunday go a certain way. So that's the question.
I feel like we need to be here Monday.
Yeah, I feel like we do too. We'll be here Monday and live from California once again. Then we're going back to our respective cities, and then it will be talking to Precious McKesson on Wednesday. Back to the regular schedule as well. So thanks everybody who joined in and can bear with us through all these technical situations here. But we know that this is really about the discussion. More than it is about the polish on this show. So we appreciate everybody that hangs in there and is with us, because it's all about us having these conversations. That's what it is, man. Yes, get some sleep Monday. That's what it's going to be for me. For real. Who's saying this? Miss E probably. Hey, enjoy your time in the Bay. Drink water. Be good. Yep. To yourselves. And FedEx me a plate, please. Tamika Johnson says, get some sleep Monday. I love it. Pop says, phenomenal show on the road. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Thanks, Pops. Appreciate you. Who's that? Von Chapman says, we want the Buffets to directly address poverty in North Omaha. Brianna Full. He's okay. Y'all talking back and forth. Getting heated. I love it. We got strong black opinions. That's what it's all about for me. Facebook says, great show. Thank you. Whitney Richardson says, have fun, y'all. Appreciate that. Mama God says, love you guys. Love you too, Mama God.
Love you too, my dukes.
Right on. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, buddy. Got some words for people to get on up out of here?
Man, as always, it always surprises me how much everyone is willing to bear with us. I mean, through tech difficulties, us changing, us just trying to figure it out as we go. But we're letting our intent known. Like this is we're trying to engage, give you food for thought, give each other food for thought, learn, advance together, and also bring Omaha to the world and bring the world to Omaha, man. So we appreciate the support. We do it all for y'all. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Paul B.
Yep. Right on. Want to give thanks to the Omaha Tribe elders for letting us broadcast live out of Omaha, Nebraska when we're there. Want to give a shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before them. Want to give a shout out to all of you, the chat chimers. Really appreciate everybody that gets on here and speaks. All right, Brother Chapman, appreciate that.
Okay.
And everybody who is comes on and speaks and adds to this conversation, adds with the information. I mean, that's really what this is all about. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate you doing that. We really appreciate everybody that is a reoccurring sponsor of the channel as well. We wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for your help. So if you would like to become a reoccurring member of the channel, then go to firstskyOmaha.com, hit the donate button, and we will try to set up a Cash App and all that stuff for First Sky Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, we'll put our own personal ones in the chat if that's what you would like to. If that's how you'd like to do business, so we really appreciate that. Yeah, Cash App, we'll absolutely do that. Wanda Lewis, appreciate you. Thank you very much. I'll hit you up on the DM with that. And yeah, just thank everybody for everybody that's been here. Just really appreciate it. Hanging there with us. We'll have some fun over the weekend, making some content that we would love to share with you guys when we come back. And yes, we are going to try to bring Erykah Badu back to Omaha because I know that you guys are going to go crazy, have babies and all kinds of stuff just to get Erykah to come down. So that's what's up. We'll see what's happening. Yeah, well, thank you very much again, and we'll see you when we get back on Monday. Have a great day. Peace.
By the way, Vanglorious. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green. At the crossroad, with the key.
By any